joining us here in Hollywood, California. Hi there. It's Thanksgiving week. We are thankful to have you with us. We still have about, 5 weeks left of 2024. But we've now reached that time on the calendar where the end of the year lists are made. And we got the first big one today. The dictionary today, dictionary.com, has chosen its word of the year. Some of the finalists for word of the year were brain rot was one, brat was another, weird was number 5. Big news for Al, but there's only one number 1, and the word of the year for 2024 is demure. Demure. Congratulations, demure. Somehow demure. I don't know, I've not used that word a single time, but somehow this demure is the word of 2024. Thanks primarily to a popular person on TikTok named Jules LeBron.
See how I come to work? Very demure. I do my makeup. I lay my wig. I do a little braid. I flat iron my hair. I do chi-chis out. I do viral vanilla. Very demure. Very mindful.
That's so me. It's like, I feel almost like you see how I come to work? Very demure. I do my makeup, I lay my wig, I do a little braid, I flat iron my hair, I do chi-chis out, I do viral vanilla. Very demure. Very mindful. This bug spray they gave me. I feel like demure being named word of the year is some kind of like dumb reaction to Trump winning the election. This was not a demure year. Let's be honest, the word of this year is Hawk-Tua, right? I mean, it's, yeah, that's right. Speaking of demure, you'll never guess who joined the website Cameo yesterday.
Hey Cameo, it's your girl from Colorado, Lauren Boebert. I am so excited to be joining another platform where I can connect directly with supporters from all over the world.
Shouldn't you be busy cutting off the milk supply to orphans or something this time of year? Lauren Boebert made herstory yesterday by becoming the first sitting member of Congress to join Cameo. She's the first member of Congress to do a lot of things while sitting, but Cameo, Boebert offered a number of options. You can get her to say happy birthday, you can ask a question, you can receive a pep talk, you can get advice, or get cranked during a family musical. It's quite a deal, actually. For only $250, you get a personalized message. For $300, you get a personalized message with release. Unfortunately, at some point yesterday, Boebert suddenly went off of Cameo. I don't know what happened. 1 minute she was there, and then poof, like a cloud of vape smoke from a witch's red lip. She disappeared. Now when you go to her page, you get all it says is "uh-oh" with a sad Lance Bass on it. You know, normally when Lauren Boebert leaves that quickly, she's being escorted out by an usher, but don't worry, you can still find her on OnlyFanatics, okay? She got it backwards, really. She should stay on Cameo and disappear from Congress, not the other way around. Cameo, I will say, I saw this story last night. Cameo's got quite an assortment of MAGA grifter types. You click on the politics tab, you've got Corey Lewandowski, you got Matt Gaetz, you got Trump's lawyer, you got Trump's former fixer, you got Trump's other lawyer, you got his former press secretary, a couple of disgraced sheriffs in there, some Fox News dingbats, not one but 2 George Santos accounts, one regular George Santos for $250 and one of George in drag as Katara Ravache for $600. That one, I have to say, is very demure. It's worth checking out, but there is something kind of refreshing about the fact that these people don't even pretend to be doing jobs anymore. They're just cashing in. I went down a rabbit hole with these last night. Let me tell you something. If you're looking for a gift for somebody you love, look no further than former sheriff from Phoenix, Joe Arpaio, who will light up your world with a message so warm, so personal, you'd think it came from a member of your own family.
Hey, Tony. Sheriff Joe Arpaio. Mother and father came from Italy. You have a great name. And I heard from Lexi. And Lexi mentions that you now have a $1 billion net worth business going. And he says that I've been the talk of your office for years. And the message from all of them is hire a hacker pro. Would like to crunch. I don't know what that means, but okay.
And that went on for another 2 minutes. Well, old Joe don't get paid by the charisma, does he? And somehow, though, people keep buying these from him. There are many, many Joe videos, one even asking for relationship advice.
Hey, Holly, Louie, your friend for over a year, may have a little disagreement about trust in a relationship.
Every video, his head keeps sinking lower and lower. It's like down. Eventually, he's just going to be in his own nuts doing videos. Meanwhile, the tariff of Nottingham, Donald Trump is making good on those tariffs he promised. Trump said that on his first day in office. He's planning to issue an executive order that will call for a 25% tax on all products that enter the country from Mexico and Canada, and a 10% additional tariff on products from China. So now, if you want to purchase a tie from the Donald J. Trump collection, you better get it immediately, or it's going to cost an extra 10%. Almost everyone who knows anything about economics believes these tariffs to be a terrible idea. Some say this is the dumbest thing he's come up with since Don Jr. The problem is China and Canada and Mexico don't actually pay the tariffs. The American company that imports their goods pays the tariff, which they, of course, pass down to us. And then we have $40 avocados as a result. This could send inflation through the roof. You know, Mexico makes all kinds of things. They make cars, they make trucks, they make instruments, they make tequila. They make the best damn late-night sidekicks in the world. And poor Canada is like, what did we do? I mean, be honest, is this because of Drake? And whoever would have guessed that the mail-order steak salesman who declared bankruptcy 6 times would be so bad with money? I don't know. And while Trump is menacing our neighbors, President Biden is planning to celebrate Thanksgiving with his family in Nantucket. He's been celebrating Thanksgiving in Massachusetts for a long time, ever since his buddy Squanto introduced him to maize back in 1621. On the ferry over, he still yells, "Land ho!" But this is a photo from Biden visit to Nantucket for Thanksgiving a couple of years ago. You can see haunting a local ice cream shop. This is what happens when you say the word malarkey 3 times into a mirror. Those girls haven't slept a wink since that day. Graham POTUS was in Staten Island yesterday pretending to serve food at a Friendsgiving for the Coast Guard. And watch this. This is funny. You see, he just pockets a roll. And then he keeps taking little nibbles from it. Like a kid, like a little kid. You can see, here he goes again. He's got another egregious abuse of power from the Biden crime family. You know, Thanksgiving is a holiday that is celebrated primarily in the United States and in Canada. Not too many other countries celebrate Thanksgivings, but some world leaders are getting in the holiday spirit nonetheless, including Vlad Putin, who came up with some early Christmas gifts for his good buddy Kim Jong-un.
Russia says President Putin has given more than 70 animals, that includes lions, bears, yaks and cockatoos, to Pyongyang Zoo.
All of those animals were eaten immediately upon landing in Pyongyang. And they were delicious. Over the next 48 hours, millions of Americans will travel back to their family homes to be reminded once again of why they left in the first place. AAA projects that nearly 80 million of us will travel to see loved ones, and at some point, whether they're stuck in traffic or at the airport, it will say the words, "We are never doing this again." But then a year goes by and we do it again, and that is the real magic of Thanksgiving, I think. That and the food, of course. They did a survey. They found that 35% of Americans consider turkey to be their least favorite Thanksgiving dish, which, I don't know, turkey's kind of like the Aquaman of Thanksgiving. Might not be your favorite, but the Justice League isn't complete without him, right? As for side items, Brussels sprouts ranked at the bottom of the list. And by the way, if you think they were unpopular for Thanksgiving, try handing them out for Halloween. Kids hate it. Once again, at the top of the list, most popular Thanksgiving food is, you know, the 10 milligram pot gummy you eat in the car on the way to your in-laws' house. This Thanksgiving might be a difficult one. Another important study showed that Trump voters are more likely to bring up the election than Kamala Harris voters, and that 36% of Trump voters are actually planning to bring it up at Thanksgiving dinner, which means now might be a good time to get that COVID you've been wanting all year. Families are your family, no matter who you voted for, and while this year might be particularly tricky, the good news is there are lots and lots of experts giving lots and lots of advice on how to handle a potentially controversial conversation at the dinner table.
Health officials have some tips on how to stop politics from ruining your holiday.
Set expectations before the gathering.
Decide which topics are off limits.
Leave politics at the door and focus on more healthy topics.
Stick to maybe topics that you all enjoy, or
encourage neutral topics.
I'm not really comfortable talking about this.
Prioritizing self-care, saying no when you feel you have to.
Practice not being so reactive to confrontation.
Don't take the bait.
Engage in some deep breathing or take a little bit of time.
If things get heated, experts say reach for a glass of ice water.
Maybe spending time with pets.
reach out to a therapist. We have to agree to disagree and pass the sweet potatoes.
Walk away and go put on a movie.
Exit gracefully.
You can certainly say, look, this is my house, my rules.
And November is also Diabetes Awareness Month.
Yeah. Talk about that instead. I think it does seem like it's going to be harder to come up with things to be thankful for this year, but it shouldn't be. Most of us are very fortunate. So before the Thanksgiving madness begins, I thought it would be nice to have a moment of silence for all of us to reflect on everything that we are grateful for. I am thankful for my family, for my friends, for my coworkers, and for everyone who watches our show. I am extremely grateful for all the joy they bring into my life.
I'm thankful for my saxophone and for the many, many sexual doors it opened up for me.
I am also thankful for my saxophone and all the dirty things Cleto's mother lets me do to her.
I am thankful that nobody at this show knows how incredibly high I am right now.
I'm grateful that when I smile, it looks like they put a baby filter on Robert De Niro.
I'm thankful my girlfriend hasn't realized that I can't grow a real mustache.
I'm thankful that my wish to turn from an Abercrombie & Fitch mannequin into a real boy came true.
I'm thankful for my beautiful wife, and even more thankful for my secret girlfriend. Yeah.
I'm thankful I got that Lauren Boebert cameo before she left the site.
Yo estoy agradecido porque mi jefe es un gringo estúpido que no habla español.
Oh, well, that's very sweet, and I'm thankful for you too, Guillermo.
Me too, Jimmy. I love you. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving.